What's up, guys? Welcome back to Down the Weeaboo Hole. Today we have our yearly series, Anime Awards, coming at you. If you guys didn't catch our last video, make sure to go and watch last year's Anime Awards on our channel. We'll have it linked in the description down below, as well as probably up in the cards. Basically, what we do is we hand out awards for different categories for anime that we've watched this year specifically. Now, the rules are, has to be something that we started in 2019. And it also has to be, it cannot be the continuation season, like basically a sequel season of a series that we had started at in a different year. So, for example, in 2018. So
yeah, I follow those rules.
Yeah, we might deviate a little bit. I personally deviated not for the year, but for basically like keeping to the category. You'll see when we get there, but it's actually kind of funny. But yeah, should we start this off? Let's go.
Yeah, for sure. But also, we're doing the best and worst. So there's some worst.
Yeah, there's definitely some.
The best of the worst.
Yeah, there's some bad categories in here. As usual, podcast format, so we're just going to be bouncing back and forth off each other. These videos typically tend to be long because we like to elaborate on each point. So you're in for a ride. And here we go. So what's our first category, Jake?
So first category is best protagonist. Let's hear it, Jordan.
All right. So mine's generic as fuck. Okay. Mine's Tanjiro Kamado. So from Demon Slayer.
Demon Slayer.
Yeah,
here we go.
I actually thought that Tanjiro was a fantastic protagonist.
Mm-hmm.
I think that he was well developed. I think that in the first season you get a good idea of his character, where he's allowed to like deviate from himself, basically, and I think that he just does a great job at showing who he is, and I think that he was just a great all-around character. There's not much more to say there.
I like Tanjiro a lot. He deserves to be up there for sure. He's fun. But I have an even more generic protagonist.
It's Naruto.
Uzumaki Naruto.
Oh, yeah.
I went in this series thinking like, oh, Naruto's going to be really annoying. Like, I'm not going to like this guy. He's one of my favorite protagonists of all time. I love him. You really root for the guy.
Yeah.
Watching him grow from
Believe it.
You know, watching him grow from like a little boy into an adult, it's like watching Dragon Ball over again. I really loved it.
Yeah, if you guys didn't know, Jake spent a large portion of the year watching Naruto.
The whole entire year.
Yeah, pretty much all of 2019. So probably a lot of his categories are going to be Naruto-centric.
Yeah, spoiler, a lot of Naruto.
Not surprising at all. All right, so let's move on into the next category, and we have best antagonist. All right, who you got? You start us off.
Okay, I have Toby.
Of course you do.
From Naruto.
Uh-huh.
I changed it this morning. It was going to be someone else, but I decided to put Toby. I don't want to spoil who his actual identity is because I don't want to release any spoilers, but I really love Toby as a villain. He's a good contrast to Naruto, and also like shows what could happen to Naruto if things went the wrong way.
Okay.
So Toby's really fun. I love his design. I love how they introduce him, and like you're always second guessing on who he really is. And I forgot the character who he really is. So when I saw the reveal, I was actually surprised, which was a nice feeling.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool. So Jake and I both didn't watch as much anime this year as we did last year. So 2019 was a lot more shallow. We have a lot less to choose from than we did in 2018. So my antagonist for the year 2019 is Isabella from The Promised Neverland.
Oh, nice.
Mother figure. I think that she's my favorite kind of antagonist because, yes, she's an antagonist, but at the same time you feel for her and you understand her side. And yes, she's still an evil character. And we talked about all this in the Promised Neverland video. So if you guys haven't watched that, go and check it out. If you haven't seen the series yet, definitely go and watch it. But I think that she's just so good. And the reveal on who she is near the end and what she's been through really solidified her for me as a really strong antagonist. And I can't wait to see more of her. And I hope that she sticks around in the series.
Yeah, me too.
We are getting season 2 this year.
Nice.
In spring. So
awesome. That's really good to hear.
Yeah, I'm really excited.
I really like her as a character.
Yeah, so I couldn't pick a better antagonist than her.
Okay, so next is Best Boy. Let's hear it, Jordan.
All right. Mine is Tobio Kageyama from Haikyuu. Our setter.
Okay, yeah.
Resident setter. I thought that he has an amazing story, amazing build up to his character. The way that his teammates affect him and change him, even before he even gets to Karasuno. I think that his teammates before affected him in a way that he, of course, he was seen as the king, right? The king of the
Yeah.
court, because he didn't want to listen to anybody, and he wanted to be the commander, sort of. And when he gets to Karasuno, he starts to change, and he's the king of the court, but because he's hella good,
Yeah.
right? So, and I just love his interactions with Hinata. I love that he feels like a mature character at times, and at other times he feels very immature. And based on his age, it feels about right
Yeah.
for him. And I don't know. I just love him, and I can't wait to see more of him. And that's this week.
It's true.
It's this week that we get to see
Like,
more of Kageyama.
It's true. We're gonna get a big arc with him, right?
Yeah, we are.
I like that character. He's fun.
Yep.
My best boy is Nara Shikamaru.
Uh-huh.
From,
All right.
Naruto again.
We're sticking with the theme. All right.
No, Shikamaru is my favorite character of the year. I really love him. I think he's really smart, really tactical, and it's really a surprise when you're watching during the Chunin exams and you see that this guy's really smart.
Yeah.
And it was a real big surprise because you thought he was like this lazy, like guy who's like worried about everything. But then you watch him grow and you see that he's actually just like this really intelligent, funny guy.
Yeah.
And I'm happy he's still in Boruto. So he's just a really overall great character.
Yeah. Let's move on to best girl. Who you got?
I have Mamako Usuki
From?
from Do You Like Your Mom? Her normal attack is 2 attacks at full power. Okasan Online.
What, the
mom,
isekai?
Yeah, the mom isekai.
You watched it?
Yeah, I hit it.
Oh my god. Okay.
Literally everything a mother should be.
Okay, it's the mother.
Yeah.
All right.
Perfection. Absolute perfection. This anime perfectly got the mother MILF role to a T. I really respect it for that.
Sure.
And I can't wait to see more of her in the future.
All right. That's an interesting choice. All right. Mine is going to be Kaguya Shinomiya. I think it's Shinomiya. I hope I got that last name right. I didn't even look it up. From Kaguya-sama, obviously, Love is War. Kaguya is just hilarious.
Yeah,
I love her facial expressions. Her voice actress does such a good job with her. And just, she's so comical. It's insane. I was so blown back by how funny this series was. I wasn't expecting it. And again, another series that we're getting more of this year, once again in spring. I believe it's spring. If it's not spring, it's summer. So everything's popping off that we watched last year. Everything's coming back.
It's true.
Yeah. So I'm really excited. I think that she's great. She's hilarious to listen to watch, and I can't wait to see more of her.
Nice. So let's hear your best OP.
All right. So my best opening is Demon Slayer, Lisa Gorenge.
Nice.
It's super good. I couldn't find a single other OP in 2019 that I thought was better than this. And there were a bunch of really catchy OPs, but this one is just so it's not just the music though, it's also the animation.
Yeah, the animation
in
really
the actual
nice.
OP. I didn't just go by
for
the,
it.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. I didn't just go by the music alone. Even though I absolutely love this song, I think that the way that Ufotable animated this opening is just amazing. It's perfect. Lisa OPs tend to be great, and this is probably top 3 of all time.
I agree. It's really good. It was gonna be probably my third, on for top OP.
Okay.
And then, okay, I'm gonna spoil it. It's Naruto. It's a Naruto song.
It has to be. It has to be.
Okay, so this morning it was Silhouette, but then I was like, okay,
wait a minute.
no, I'm gonna change it to something else.
Okay.
I'm putting Diver.
OP8 of Shippuden. Okay.
Diver is so good. Like the animation where he's drowning in the ocean and all his friends are pushing him back up.
Diver's a really good song too.
And the song is Nico Touches the Wall.
Yeah.
Absolutely perfect song. I love it. So I had to give it to Diver, but Silhouette is really catchy and really fun, and the animation's really good too. But Diver just, I don't know, it stuck with me for like the entire year. I only got to Silhouette later on. So I keep going back to listen to Diver, and I'm like, damn, this is a good song.
Yeah. So we're moving on to best ED ending, and
Okay,
I'll let
so
you take it.
The problem is I don't listen to endings.
Okay. Yeah, neither do I. That's the thing.
So
but I knew one that I absolutely wanted, but I want to hear yours first.
So I had to pick one from Naruto.
Okay.
And I put Bachikoi, which is just this really like Japanese rap, like rock rap.
From?
And it's from Shippuden.
Okay.
And it's just really fun. And like the animation is just like Sakura, Ino, and Hinata dancing, and like the animation's really nice and it's fun, and it's like it's nice to see these ninjas in more of like a comical sense.
Okay.
Because Shippuden's a lot more serious.
Yeah.
So it's nice to get a little break from that.
I forgot about a series that I started because it's on hold, and now I'm regretting not looking over it to find certain, like, to fill out certain categories. I'm just remembering it now, but anyway, that's not important now. What is important is that you guys are probably going to be surprised by my ED of the year, because as I said, the rules are that we can only choose series that we started this year, and for a lot of people didn't start this series this year. They started it back in 2013, and I have as my best ED of 2019 Attack on Titan: Great Escape, the second ending.
I don't remember.
The series. It's so good. It's incredibly good. I think that it's top 10 EDs of all time. I've been listening to it actually for years. Even though I only watched the series now, I've been listening to the song forever. So good. You guys should definitely go and check it out. And I think that even the animation on the actual ending is just so, it's like a walnut just rolling. I think it's a walnut. I can't remember now, but I'm pretty sure it's a walnut just rolling like forever as the buildup comes in and you see all the characters as it's going through. It's really nice, and it's a really good song. Very hard rock. So,
I don't remember it. So
all right, well, you'll have to listen to it after. Yeah.
So now let's hear your best VA performance Japanese.
Okay, so I have Morohoshi Sumire, which is the voice of Emma from Promised Neverland.
Okay, nice.
I think that blood-curdling scream
Yeah.
that she lets out in the forest really cemented that for me. I was like, wow, this
really good
actress is great, and I think she did a great job with the character throughout the entirety of the first season. So, and there were other options. There were definitely other people that I could put up here, but I felt like she did the best job. So, props to you. Yours?
Mine is Junko Taguchi, who does Uzumaki Naruto.
Of course.
Because I've listened to this woman's voice for a whole year.
Yeah.
And it's like cemented in my mind. Yeah. And I think she does an absolute amazing job with his voice. Like, he sounds like a kid. And then when he gets a bit older, she does it. And now he's a man and she still does it. And I found it weird at first for Naruto to still be voiced by a woman, but it works still.
Yeah. I
think it doesn't work so well in Dragon Ball.
Yeah, no.
But Naruto, I think she pulls it off like really well.
Is it a woman in English as well? I think so.
Yes,
right?
it is.
Yeah, okay. All right. So my best VA performance in English, we're gonna go this way. You'll actually, I don't think you'll be surprised, but I have Douglas DC, who is the voice of Yoshikage Kira. I think
I don't know.
The dub for part 4.
I don't know what his voice sounds like.
Oh, really? You watched his sub?
Yeah.
He's super good in the dub. I was super impressed. I was like, this is a very villainous voice, and I hadn't heard his voice before. I was like, this is perfect for the character. He sounds like a serial killer.
Nice.
And no, he just pulls it off super well, and I was like, damn, okay, well, I love this character now. And yeah, he's a great villain.
Very cool.
Sure. Yep.
Mine is Alison Victorin, who does Kuroko.
Yeah, Kuroko.
From
dude, she's so
Scientific
good.
Railgun.
She's so good. I wish I could have put her on, but I don't have anything that
you
started
watched that
this
last year.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
But I watched it this year, like in January. So
yeah, she would have probably been up there for me.
Hilarious voice actress. Like, she really brings Kuroko alive, and her and Misaka's interactions are hilarious. Anytime she says, "Oh, sissy,"
yeah,
it's really fun.
Have you watched any of her YouTube videos?
No, I haven't.
She's actually kind of funny.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that's it for the voice actors. Congratulations to you guys. Next up, we have Best Animation. What do you got?
I got the Tatami Galaxy.
Okay.
Which is
Tatami Galaxy. Right.
Remember I showed you that movie Walk on Home Girl?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I watched the other series.
Yeah.
And it was fantastic. Okay. I really love the series, but the animation's so unique, and I think the art design is by the people who do Asian Kung Fu Generations, like artwork for like their albums and stuff.
Oh, okay.
So like all that art is similar to that style, and I absolutely adore it. It's really fun. It's very unique. It doesn't feel like anime at all. It feels more like maybe more just like Asian-ish.
Yeah.
But I really loved what I saw, and it was really like stuck out in my mind as like something unique.
Cool.
So that's why I gave it to the Tatami Galaxy.
Yeah. I went with Demon Slayer because Ufotable just blows things out of the water every time they touch something. And not only were they producing Demon Slayer, I'm pretty sure they were also doing the Fate Stay Night movies.
Yeah.
at the same time. So that's a lot of work considering how much effort goes into all of those
They're
things.
probably working on the third movie right now.
Right now, for sure,
Yeah.
yeah. Both Lost Butterfly and Presage Flower are out, right? Not in that order, reverse order. But yeah, both of those are out. So, and they came out around the same time. Well, Lost Butterfly came out around the same time as Demon Slayer. So they must have been working on both at the same time. So
No, I think Flower came out last year, actually.
no, not Flower. I'm talking about Butterfly.
Butterfly? I think that was last year.
Was it?
Yeah, but we only got it dubbed like recently.
Okay, that's fair. But yeah, anyway, regardless, the studio puts in so much work and they do such a good job, and just the animation of the attacks in Demon Slayer
crazy.
is insane. I love it. And Ufotable needs to keep making anime. They need to take over all studios.
Them and Shaft.
Sick. Yeah, for real. All right, next up we have best character design. General character design across the anime. I gave it to Rising of the Shield Hero.
Okay.
Because I thought that they had really sick designs for not only the main 4 heroes, but also the Shield Heroes' companions. And we saw it this year at Otakuthon, right? We saw how many people were cosplaying the hell out of those characters.
I don't remember.
Raftalia,
I don't know any of them.
Yeah,
so.
no, exactly. But if you saw them, you know, sort of thing. I think they're just really well designed characters, and they're very eye-catching, let's say. So yeah, that's my anime for best characters.
We want to talk about Otakuthon.
Yeah.
Do you remember the people who dressed up for JoJo Part 5 Golden Wind?
Yeah. All right. I haven't watched Golden Wind yet, and I wasn't gonna give it to JoJo's Part 4 because I don't think that it's that up there. But yeah,
I freaking love Part 5's characters designs.
They're really cool. They're nice.
They're as crazy as like the rest of the series, but they're even getting more awesome. Like the main cast, I love them all.
Yeah.
I love every single member of Bucciarati's crew. They're all awesome. They're all fun. They have all crazy stands. And
I mean, I've seen them all. They all look sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Giovanna looks freaking sick.
You mean Giorno?
Yeah.
Okay.
His last name is Giovanna.
Yeah.
But he's freaking awesome. Everything. The main villain's super cool. It's really like Aragi, I think his name. I keep forgetting his name, but the manga artist, like, he's really improving. I can see it as the parts are going by.
Okay. All right. Next up, we have best fight scene. So obviously, this is going to be mainly attributed to
Naruto,
the shonen genre, typically, especially with us. But yeah. So you have Naruto. Which fight scene?
Kid Naruto versus Kid Sasuke.
So before Shippuden.
Yeah, right before Shippuden.
When they fight on the
statues.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Amazingly done.
By the way, guys, I haven't watched Naruto. I just happen to know like almost everything about it for some reason.
The level of drama and the actual fighting itself, it draws you in, and it's wonderful. It's absolutely insane. It's worth watching Naruto just to see this fight scene, I find.
The choreography is insane.
Yeah, the choreography is nuts.
The way that they attack each other and defend each other because they know each other so well.
Yeah.
Is also insane. I've watched reviews on that fight. There was also another candidate from Naruto that I think you could have looked at. Kakashi versus
Obito.
Yeah.
Yeah. That one's really awesome as well, but I stick to this one because it's more like dramatic to the entire plot itself. So I feel like the fight is like super important to the story, and like I was like invested, and like I felt really bad when Sasuke leaves.
Yeah, for real. Mine is actually going to be probably a little surprising. I may have rushed through this decision, but I feel like it was the one that impacted me the most. It was Reiner versus the Survey Corps. So in season 3 of Attack on Titan, when they show up back at, I can't remember the name of the town, but back where Eren, Mikasa, and Armin are from, Reiner and Bertholdt and Zeke are waiting for them, right? And the Survey Corps attack Reiner, but they manage to break through his armor. Like, they have new weapons, and I think just the entire fight scene looks so sick. I could give it to a bunch of fight scenes from Attack on Titan.
Oh, this is with the electric missiles.
Yeah.
Oh man, that fight was really
I thought it was
well done.
super sick, exactly. So yeah, I'll give it to Reiner versus the Survey Corps. So chalk another one up for Attack on Titan.
Yeah, that was really good.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm cheating a bit for my best moment because I finished the anime this year, but I started it last year.
Okay.
but it's Ash winning the Alola League
Okay, that's fair.
because as someone who's
No, I'll give you that. I don't even count that as a cheat. That's definitely a best anime moment of the year.
because as someone who's been watching Pokemon since it first began, it
Yeah.
feels really, really good to see our boy finally win something completely, and he deserves this win. Like, holy crap, the entire league for Sun and Moon is really well done, really fun. I really loved what I saw.
I think in the dub, his fight against Guzma just finished.
That was a great fight.
Yeah, so
That was really intense because you're just like, I don't want to get into it, but it's really good.
I might check it out one day. My best moment is going to be Tsukishima's in front of the net when he gets the block in Haikyuu. I think that moment was so well built up. The soundtrack behind it, the flashback that goes with it, as far back as like their training camp. And when the guy from, I forget his name, but when the dude from Fukurodani is telling him, like, you'll have that moment where it's no longer just a club. It's
life.
Yeah, it becomes a part of you. And when he has that in front of the net, the way that it's animated, the angle that it takes on him, the way that the bench reacts, the way it brought me to tears because I wasn't expecting him to have that much of a moment. Well, the build up throughout the entire match was there. You could see him being more and more invested into the match that they were having. But it was just, it came so suddenly and it was so insane.
It was a good moment. I like that moment too.
I loved it. I have replayed it so many times and I'll never get over it. Yeah,
all right,
that's fine.
Let's hear your worst protagonist.
So mine's Yu Otosaka from Charlotte.
No, that series.
No, exactly. All I'll say is what a horrible character. He's just trash. His redemption is like, it's a cop out. Like he loses his sister and then he like gets into drugs and shit. And then like his redemption has to do with like the other or the dude protagonist, I guess you could say, also could be looked at as the protagonist, but like she comes and like she has an invisible ability. And she's been like around him the whole time as he's doing all this shit. And then his redemption is basically just her telling him that like they can go back in time before his sister was killed.
Okay.
And then all of a sudden he changes and it felt so poorly done.
Okay.
And then at the end of the series, I'm gonna ruin the series for you, but I don't care if you watch it or not, to be honest with you. At the end of the series, he's basically like he can take other people's powers, and he goes around the world stealing everybody's powers to clear people of powers. Basically, they have like 8th grade syndrome, but it actually manifests.
Okay.
And he's like stealing everybody's, and by the end of it, he can't remember who he is, and he just ends up like a fucking vegetable. It's so bad. I was like, okay, well, you know what? I don't care about you anymore.
Okay.
Yeah, really bad character. Yu Otosaka, you can rot now.
All right. Worst protagonist? Eins Ul Gone or whatever.
You watched it this year, yeah.
Yeah, so we don't have to really go into this. We made a video called Overlord is Garbage.
You can watch that.
He's very boring. He has no character, and he was just a bore to watch.
Yeah.
I've actually watched another anime recently about an overpowered character from Nisekai, and I actually like that anime a lot.
Which one?
How to not summon a demon lord.
Oh, okay.
I actually like that, and it has an overpowered, but he's actually interesting. So I also want to get into my worst antagonist.
Yeah.
And it's Eins Ul Gone again.
Yes. Okay. I'll take that. Yeah.
Because a lot of people like to say he's the antagonist of the story. And
which is not true.
If he's an antagonist, he's still really bad and boring.
Yeah.
So what's yours?
Mine's actually kind of funny too. It's every antagonist from Danmachi season 2. That's my cheat for this year.
You didn't like that snake lady, the super huge
dude? They're all bad. Apollo's bad.
Oh god, Apollo's really bad.
The Amazon.
I like the Amazons.
I found her bad. Like she's just eye candy for the series.
The other one. I like the other one. The one that just like tortures everyone.
Oh yeah, her I like.
She's freaking hilarious.
But like the main antagonist, even Freya pissed me off.
Oh
like,
yeah, she doesn't do anything.
The entire I thought this season was garbage. Personally, I thought it was so bad.
I didn't mind. It was fast. Like they rushed through a lot of stuff.
Yeah, and it didn't feel that great. There's also no like resolution between Belle and Hestia and Hestia at the end.
Okay.
When there should have been, because you can see that there's something starting to develop, and then it's like sort of mentioned, and then it just like fades, which is really annoying to me. But yeah, specifically the antagonists, I was just like, okay, they all sucked. Like bun this. Yeah. Anyway, that's it for worst antagonist. Next up, we have worst boy.
Who's your worst boy?
Mine is Kinjiro Sakamachi from Mayo Chiki, which you haven't watched.
No.
He's just so plain and useless, and like he's your basic protagonist. Of
Okay.
everything that I watched, he's like the most
Generic.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's not that he was necessarily bad, because he actually wasn't like super bad. It's just that he's the most generic, and of all of the anime that I've watched, that's like the least appealing of all of the boys, I guess.
Mhm.
So yeah.
Mine is Zenitsu from Demon Slayer.
Mm-hmm.
I can't stand him. He's really annoying. You can watch our video where we discuss this more, but he has room to grow.
Yeah.
Which I hope he does.
Look, we have differing opinions on him.
Yeah.
That's
I like his power, but I can't stand when he gets into those moods where he's just complaining for like 5 minutes straight. It just drives me up the wall.
it's Usopp on crack.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, next up we got worst girl. Who you got?
Karin
Who?
from Naruto.
Who?
Karin.
Who the hell's that?
She works for Orochimaru, and she joins Sasuke's team later on.
Oh god.
And she is the worst character in the series by far.
Okay.
She's like Sakura, but even worse.
Oh, okay. All right.
So if you have to hear that, if that's who you are, then you're a really garbage character.
yeah, for sure.
She loves Sasuke, and that's pretty much all she does.
Okay.
And it's just get rid of her.
Okay.
She's useless.
My worst girl is Rachel Gardner from Angels of Death.
Sounds like a Friends character.
Yeah, this sort of does. It's like Rachel from Friends plus Taya Gardner.
Yeah. Oh my
Combine them,
god.
it's Rachel Gardner. Angels of Death was garbage. I hated it. It felt too much like it was trying to be a video game.
Where do you even find these weird ass anime?
It was super hyped because the game was cool.
Okay.
But the point of this is the main character, by the way. Rachel Gardner is the main character, and all she wants to do is die. Literally, her objective in the story is to die.
Wow. Okay.
And she's so like glum, and every time gloomy. Sorry, not glum. She's gloomy, and
Glum.
every time she has like like an epiphany, she goes like really lightly, like.
Okay.
And I'm like, okay, just die already. Get the series over with. I don't even know how I made it through all the episodes.
Mm-hmm.
There was like this big reveal. It extended past where it was supposed to go. It went 12 episodes, and then it had to go another 4 because they weren't able to finish it on time. So they did an OVA, but the OVA was actually the last 4 episodes. And oh my god, it was just so bad. And she just did not help the series at all. So Rachel Gardner, die.
Nice.
Yeah.
So let's hear your worst anime that you watched.
All right, so this is pretty big. This is worst anime of the year, guys. And once again, this is another cheat from me because it's an extended season.
Okay.
It's a certain Magical Index season 3.
Nice.
Yeah. I think that it was just completely butchered.
It was.
It was just done super badly. You guys know, a lot of you who actually like religiously watch our videos do pay attention to our index videos because you guys are hardcore index fans, and you know just how bad the anime has already adapted the manga.
Yeah.
And how bad this season was, because just it was all over the place, and it was so hard to keep track of what was going on, so hard to understand, so hard to focus.
Yeah. Things were happening so fast.
Yeah, so
there was no room to breathe, and it was just like, okay.
Yeah. So while I did watch a lot of things this year, or not a lot of things this year, but there were candidates for worst anime, I ultimately picked a season of an anime that I started back in 2018, just because of how bad this season was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mine is the comic artist and his assistants.
Okay.
I don't remember anything from it.
Okay. Well,
it was so generic.
Yeah.
So like one note.
That'll tell you right there.
It's about an artist who just draws manga, and he has to be on time, and then he hires an assistant, but she like hates him, but she like respects him at the same time because he's a good artist, but he's perverted, so she hates him for
So
it.
it's Shirobako, but bad.
Yeah, not even close. Shirobako is a masterpiece.
Okay.
This is trash.
Okay. All right.
Okay, most overrated.
So most overrated anime, just to be clear.
You want to go or should I?
You go.
Overlord.
Okay.
Obviously, it's trash.
Yeah.
And everyone loves it. The mouse scores don't lie. And I don't get it. I still don't get it, and I'll never get it.
See, you have the privilege of actually putting that on your list, whereas I can't. So I had to go with a different anime this year. I actually checked its score. It wasn't as high as I thought it was going to be. But I still think it's overrated, and I think it's overrated for the fact that it got so much hype on initial release. My most overrated anime of 2019 is Fire Force.
Okay.
I think the Fire Force started off with a good concept, a good first couple of episodes, and then the characters became all generic. The concept, or I guess the pacing, felt off.
Okay.
And then, like, the pinnacle for me was episode 7. A character has a redemption arc, like one of the antagonists, for no reason.
Okay.
And I was like, all right, I'm done. And I put it in the bin. I put it in my dropped, and I couldn't watch anymore because that's how much I disliked it. So, so yeah, that's it for me. It's definitely Fire Force. Apparently, people are saying that it gets a lot better, but I don't know if I'll pick it back up. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. Yeah.
That's sad because I always wanted to check it out, but I just never got to it.
Yeah.
Okay, what's your most underrated? No.
So this is really hard because all my scores match the Mal scores on everything that I watched this year. So I had to find something that was lower, and I found Kaiji.
Kaiji's still freaking high though.
Yeah, it's still pretty high, but I think it still deserves to be a little bit higher. It's by far the best suspense gambling, like by far.
Yeah.
I was really blown away by it. I'm super impressed. You weren't kidding when you said you definitely need to watch it last year.
Yeah, I love Kaiji. It's one of my favorite anime of all time.
It was up on your list. I remember that a bunch of times. And yeah, I enjoyed it a heck ton, and I think that more people need to watch it. Where I think it falls is that not enough people have seen it.
Yeah.
It's got a high score, but it doesn't have enough viewers.
Okay.
So more people need to see Kaiji Ultimate Survivor.
I'm watching the series before it, Araki or
Yeah.
Araki. I always forget what it's called.
Okay.
But it's just mahjong, and it's really hard to understand what's going on.
Yeah.
But the story itself is really good, which keeps me invested. So like,
Okay.
it's still intense,
Yeah.
and I love it, even though I don't understand the game. Which I can't say the same for March Comes In Like a Lion.
Yeah. Which
But,
is somewhere on this list.
Oh, it is for you?
No. I thought it was for you.
No.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so my most underrated is Do You Like Your Mom? Her normal attack is 2 attacks of full power. Okusan Online. I don't think it's the greatest anime of all time, but it's down at like a 5 point something on Mal. And I'm like, it doesn't deserve to be that bad. It's a 7 point something at most.
It's because it's an isekai in an era where people are getting fed up of isekai.
It's that, but I also feel like they're like, oh no, perverted mom moments, so they're all getting a little too much. And I don't know. I feel like it's being unfairly judged. It's not that bad. It's pretty funny. I laughed at it a lot more than Overlord.
Okay.
And I like it a lot more than Overlord.
Uh-huh.
But maybe that's just my taste. But I don't think it deserves all the hate that it's been getting from what I've seen so far. And I don't know.
All right.
I doubt it will get a second season.
All right, so let's move on to your saddest moment.
Okay, my saddest moment is Naruto and Irika's discussion before Naruto's wedding. The last episode of Shippuden. I never cried at anything during Naruto. But this one moment, this one sentence that Naruto says made my heart skip, and it like took me back.
What is it?
I don't want to spoil it.
Oh, damn. Okay.
But it was just this one phrase that just like hit me like a freaking train, and I was like, holy crap. And like the tears were almost coming, and I was like, it's not even sad. It's just like very like emotional.
Okay.
Which I really loved about that one scene. It was so good.
All right, that's fair. Mine is going to be Emma tries to stop Norman.
Okay. Yeah.
That scene was harsh. I was like, dude, no. When he like throws her off and like, it's, you guys got to see it. You have to understand the context, and you have to understand each character, how they feel and what's about to happen. Like everything culminates into this one scene, and it's just like, Jesus Christ. I was so sad for both of them.
Yeah.
I never thought I'd like a series with children as the main characters so much. It's so good.
I hope it continues to stay as good as it has.
Yeah,
because season 1 was fantastic.
Well, we'll find out in spring.
Yep.
So
Okay, so now we're gonna move into the genre specific
Best genres, yeah.
awards. So let's hear what your best action, your favorite action.
So I'm gonna go with Haikyuu.
Haikyuu, nice.
Haikyuu is high pace action. It's so well animated, the way the camera moves, and just every hit of the ball feels like a punch to the face.
Yeah,
and I love that they made a sports
very
anime
good impact.
Yeah, exactly. They made a sports anime feel like a fight.
Yeah,
and I thought that was really well done. Haikyuu just really is the pinnacle of sports anime, and they nailed action.
Nice. Mine is obviously Naruto.
Yep.
It's ninjas fighting every episode pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
It was just nonstop action all the time. I loved it. I love that Naruto's all about fighting compared to like One Piece is more about adventure and then you get fighting.
Yeah.
But Naruto is all fighting all the time pretty much. And like there's so many good fights. Like I'm going to make a top 10 best Naruto fight list eventually one day.
Yeah.
But for sure Naruto was spectacular. It was really good.
All right, moving on to comedy. What do you got?
Comedy, I put Nisekoi.
Oh, you watched Nisekoi this year.
I watched Nisekoi this year, early in February.
We need, you know what we need? We need a rom-com genre because that's a rom-com.
Yeah, I really loved Nisekoi. I thought it was really well done. I think it was one of Shaft's best work.
Yeah.
It's really funny. I love both of the main girls. Like I can't choose who I like more.
Chitoge and Onodera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure to choose. I love the main protagonist, which is strange to say for a harem.
Yeah.
But
no, Raku's great.
I think he's great.
Yeah.
I think the whole series is great. I laughed a lot. I love it feels like they're younger high school students too. So it's like nice to see that, like 14-year-olds just hanging out and like discovering love for the first time.
Well, high school starts at 16 in Japan.
So, oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so they'd be at least 16. Yeah.
They're 16? Okay. I felt like they were younger, but
no.
I don't know. It brought me back to like high school and like that time period.
Yeah.
So it was nice.
Sort of felt like it. Yeah,
nice.
for sure. I definitely liked it, and it's just a shame we won't ever get a season 3 from the way it's looking anyway. But yeah. Moving on to best.
No, you didn't do your comedy.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, my best comedy. Yeah, moving on to my best comedy. That's what I meant to say. We got Kaguya-sama: Love Is War.
Nice.
I just loved it. It was so good. I'm glad that it came out this year because otherwise I wouldn't have really had any comedy series. Even though I watched a little bit of Gintama, a little bit of Nichijou. Kaguya-sama was the one that I plowed through, and I watched it twice.
Nice.
And you know when you're watching something twice, when you're watching something back to back, that it's like super good. Colton has insisted that I read the manga and read ahead, but I'm like, nah, dude, I'm gonna wait for season 2. It's definitely coming, and here we are. And spring, here we come.
Yeah, and it was announced like right away.
Yeah. No, it was only recently announced.
Season 2? No, that was
like a month and a half ago.
Okay, I felt like
they said they were gonna work on it.
Okay,
but they hadn't announced that it was coming soon or anything, and it's only recently that they
really feels like I've known about it for a while now. Okay,
yeah, no, that's it, and I can't wait. So yeah, good job. I hope the main cast keeps doing what they're doing. All 4 of them are amazing. I didn't talk about the other 2, but like Fujiwara and Ishigami are amazing.
Yeah. So let's hear your slice of life.
So best slice of life, Eurocamp.
Oh my god.
I have Eurocamp up here, mainly because I didn't have much else in the slice of life genre. I didn't really check out
Me either. I didn't watch much slice of life this year.
Yeah, that's it. If anything, maybe like because last year was probably Dragon Maid that we had on there.
I don't remember.
That was likely mine.
Oh, mine was Haruhi.
Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, Eurocamp was just fun. It was comfy, as you'd say.
Yeah, it is.
It was cool, and we're getting a second season.
Yeah, I know.
So I don't know.
It sold well.
Yeah, it did pretty well, and I just like watching. It makes me feel like relaxed. That's how I feel watching it. It makes me want to go camping too. So yeah, Eurocamp.
I gave my slice of life to Grand Blue.
Okay. All right. Grand Blue is good. I haven't finished it yet, actually.
Grand Blue, I feel like the animation is the worst part of it. But besides that, the comedy and like the moments of just hanging out with your college friends, drinking, going scuba diving, it's just so relaxing. Such a summer anime.
At times it almost feels exaggerated though.
It is. It's super exaggerated, but that's the fun part. That's the comedy.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
And I just like that. It's like relaxing. It's a great anime to watch in the summer because it's just all beach and like hanging out. I love it.
Yeah, and I started watching it in the fall, which made me feel sad. So
that's
probably why I haven't finished it. Moving on to our sci-fi. So I'll let you do yours.
Certain Scientific Railgun.
You watched it this year. Damn, you're so lucky. You have so much good stuff.
We already talked about this in a video beforehand, but I absolutely love Railgun. So does Jordan.
Yeah.
We like it more than Index by far.
Yeah.
But
and we're getting season 3 now.
Yeah, season 3 is now. But I'm watching it dubbed for sure.
Yeah.
It's one of the series I have to watch dubbed.
Oh, I might get a simul. We'll see.
We'll see. Yeah. But Misaka and Kuroko and their other 2 friends, Satin, and no one cares about the other girl.
Yeah.
It was really fun. They have a great chemistry together. Great stories. Great villains too. I really love like the first season followed this one story, but it got to that point.
Yeah.
You had to go through everything to reach that point, and I thought that was really well done. Season 2 I have my issues with.
I was actually thinking about it the other day, and I was thinking about like the initial setup where they're talking about the undresstress and the level upper, and it's like, okay, they're just messing around and talking about like shit that doesn't actually exist, and then it happens.
Yeah,
and I was like, whoa,
and then it's like
this is good.
Yeah, and I love that about Railgun is that it's just one story that's like really expanded on.
Yeah.
Really well done.
Yeah. My sci-fi. Now, a lot of you might say this is not a sci-fi. However, it's a fiction about science. So I'm definitely, it's the only thing I got. Look, guys, I got nothing else. There's even a question mark next to it on my list. I got Dr. Stone as my favorite sci-fi.
That's okay.
Yeah, I think that's okay.
There's science.
Yeah, it's just that science fiction is normally things
It's
out of the realm of reality.
It's
whereas
like Planet of the Apes.
I guess them all getting petrified.
Yeah. And
Can count? Yeah,
and
sure. Okay, yeah. All right.
I
think Dr. Stone was great. I think it was one of the better shonen to come out in the last few years. I think that ultimately, across its lifespan, it might even end up jumping over Demon Slayer, just because of how much potential it has. You're dealing with the entire scientific field.
Yeah.
And the way that they incorporate emotion and everything into it, I think it's just done super well. Just the primitive people, right? They sort of devolved into a primitive species. Obviously, everybody who's in the village, right? In Ishigami Village. Anyway, we're gonna talk about it more in an upcoming video, so I don't want to talk about it too
I don't want
much.
to get my thoughts out yet.
That's it.
I'm just gonna say this. I think Dr. Stone is like one of the best anime I've watched this entire year. I absolutely loved it.
Yeah, it's really good.
I think it's gonna.
You watched it recently too, didn't you?
Yeah, I watched it recently.
Yeah.
I think I might like it more than Demon Slayer.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Big statements. All right, let's move on to the fantasy.
Fantasy. So, what's your fantasy?
Mine's Rising of the Shield Hero.
Okay.
Mainly because I didn't have much else, but I think it still did a good job. As far as isekai go, there were it was Shield Hero and that time I got reincarnated as a slime that came out at around the same time. They were both considered really good in their genre, and I think that Shield Hero is not an exception. It did continue on very well. It did do very well. It's got a season 2 announced. The cast is moving into Isekai Quartet, which will now be an Isekai Quintet, I guess. Just great characters. I love Raftalia as a sidekick, as a dude antagonist, I guess you could say. I love the other idiots that are heroes. But yeah, no, just a solid series overall. I can't say anything bad about it. It's good.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool. My fantasy of the year is Goblin Slayer.
Nice.
I got to it. I actually really enjoyed Goblin Slayer. I love the characters. I love Goblin Slayer himself and like the trauma he went through as a child. And like you see why he hates goblins so much.
Yeah.
And just watching him destroy goblins is so entertaining. And just the amount of hate he has for goblins is just awesome. It's really fun.
Wow.
And
hashtag don't save the goblins.
Don't save the goblins. Yeah. Anytime everyone brings up goblins, I always give them a frown face.
Okay. All right.
Goblins are the worst.
Moving on into drama.
Drama is Inuyashiki.
Oh, okay. You watched that.
I watched that, and I think this is, besides the horrible CG at some points, this is one of the best anime I've watched all year for sure. The story is fantastic. The characters are like amazing. I really enjoyed the series greatly, and I love how like it can go from incredibly stupid by like people like saying bang to shoot.
Yeah.
It's like bang, or like they're doing machine guns, or like bap, 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 and they're just making the signal to like really like heartfelt moments with their characters, and I really enjoyed it. I really loved
like
it.
the antagonist and the protagonist and antagonist rivalry like insane in that show.
They barely meet each other. Like they meet maybe like twice in the whole series, or like 3 times. Yeah.
Okay.
It's not huge, but like when they do meet, you like feel for both of them.
Okay. All right. Mine's going to be The Promised Neverland.
Nice.
Mainly because we don't have a sort of like a suspense category. Anything that could be considered that fits into drama, I guess. It just did a great job. We've already talked about it earlier this video. I don't think I need to elaborate any more on it. The characters, the premise, the animation, the soundtrack, everything was super good for a drama, and I can't wait to get more.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
Okay, let's hear your supernatural.
I have Dororo.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people wouldn't consider putting this on any list necessarily. Some would say they would, but for me, it was sort of a toss-up on where it would end up. So in Supernatural, it makes a lot of sense. It deals with demons having taken a child's limbs, skin, eyes, nose, mouth, basically everything that the child needs to function, and he still lives. And then when he's older, he gets everything back.
Nice.
From his voice to his sense of smell, sense of pain, like his nerves and everything. As he kills the demons that each took a part of him, he gets those back. And just seeing him like become human again is awesome.
Nice. That sounds really cool, actually.
Yeah, it's a really good premise. I gave it a pretty good score. I think I gave it an 8.
Nice.
It does a really good job, and I'm really surprised that it's something that was written in the 50s.
Yeah,
yeah.
That's intense.
Yeah, I think that's the big thing. But yeah, what's yours?
Okay, I changed mine this morning. It was The Promised Neverland, but I looked up Demon Slayer and Demon Slayer Supernatural, so I had to give it to Demon Slayer. I actually like Demon Slayer a lot, even though I don't like Zenitsu. I love everything else about it.
Yeah.
And it deserves to be on like everyone's list. It's really fantastic. The animation's spectacular, and the story's really good too, and most of the characters are wonderful.
Yeah, I couldn't miss an episode week to week personally. So
yeah, so I'm gonna move on to worst animation. Mine is Golden Kamuy. For a series that is highly rated on Mal, the animation is not very good.
Okay,
it's very stiff. I did not enjoy looking at it, and I don't know. Compared to other stuff I watched this year, it fell short.
Okay, mine. I was gonna say this, and now I'm gonna change it on the spot here. I'm actually going to change it to Angels of Death.
Okay.
Because one of the big things with Angels of Death, for me, was that the characters were somewhat stiff. At times the animation was nice, but other times it was just like, I wanted to puke. It didn't look good. So yeah, I was gonna say Gothic, but Gothic's animation isn't that bad for its time. Realistically, it's pretty generic, but it's still fine.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm gonna have to say Angels of Death on this one.
Nice. Let's hear your biggest disappointment.
So my biggest disappointment of the year is actually March Comes In Like a Lion.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's super highly rated, and it was just like, okay.
Exactly. I was expecting something insane, and what I got was like, all right,
it's good.
This is fine. Yeah, that's it. It's not that it was a bad anime. I think our biggest disappointment last year definitely takes the cake on bad anime.
Oh yeah, Darling in the Franxx.
Yeah. But for this year, it's more like I was expecting something and I didn't get what I was expecting.
Yeah.
But I guess for the people that did, make sense to rate it as highly as they did.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Fair.
Yep.
Mine is Fairy Tail Final Series.
Okay.
With that, I don't know. It went so fast. Nothing felt earned.
I didn't even consider putting it on because I haven't been watching it. 1, 2, we started watching it way earlier.
Yeah.
So yeah, I didn't really consider putting it on.
I finished it. It wasn't earned. The end, it felt like the series was going up, and then just a complete downward tumble into just a failure. I find it didn't feel earned. The last fight, I'll give it to you. It was freaking cool. It's freaking fan fiction.
Was it Natsu Zeref or?
No, it's Natsu Agnologia.
Okay, yeah.
But like Natsu has some help from the other Dragon Slayers.
Oh shit! Okay.
So like it's hype for shonen.
Okay.
But like it has no substance, and it's not worth going through. It's really sad to watch Fairy Tail go that down, because Fairy Tail objectively trash. But I loved it, and I was hoping for something better. But this is all we get.
Oh well. All right. Move on to your biggest surprise.
Okay, my biggest surprise is how much I love Naruto as a character.
Oh wow, okay.
Because I for the longest time, you're like hear about this like orange jumpsuit kid, and he looks so annoying, and like, oh, I don't want to watch this series. Naruto's gonna suck. I absolutely love Naruto as a character. I think he's wonderful. I think he's I love his story. I love how he grows. You really want to see this kid become Hokage. And when he finally does, you're like, wow, he did it. Like, he actually achieved his goal, and like it motivates you to want to be a better person, like work hard. So I really love Naruto.
I like that your biggest surprise was a thing as opposed to just an anime. That's really cool. I guess mine sort of is too. And my biggest surprise of the year is how much I actually ended up enjoying Attack on Titan.
Yeah, because you were against it for the longest time.
Yeah, let me give you guys a little bit of context here. Back in 2013, I watched the first episode of Attack on Titan at a friend's place. He insisted that I watch it, and I had slept over. I got up from my bed, I came over to his PC, and I watched the first episode, and I was like, this doesn't feel like it's for me. To be fair, the first episode feels like it's pure gore.
Yeah.
Right? Because everybody's getting killed.
But they're just setting up everything.
Yeah, exactly. But as far as the setup goes, I was like, nah, doesn't really feel good.
Mm-hmm.
And then, man by the name of Giguk came along this year and made a video about Attack on Titan and how it's good now. So I was like, all right, I'll watch it. Thumbnail looked appealing. And I clicked it. And the way he was talking about it, I was like, okay, I guess I'll check it out. And then I had a coworker also tell me that the series was absolutely amazing and that I should definitely watch it. So I did. I took the time, and first season was good. I was like, all right, this is pretty nice. Second season flowed seamlessly, which made it seem like there wasn't a 4-year gap between the first
You're lucky
and the second.
because I still had to wait.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel for all the people that did, because you don't get to see how seamless and how good the series is if you have those cuts.
I think I have to rewatch.
Yeah. And then the third season came along, and the third season is what really does it for me. I ended up giving it a 10, and it's top 5 on Mal right now. And
well, the second part of season 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anybody that's watched it will understand.
Yeah, it was really good.
Why?
I liked it.
They emptied out the mystery box. They gave us so much information, yet there's still so much we need to know.
Yeah.
And why things work the way they do, and where the series is going. And for anybody that hasn't read the manga, there's something to look forward to this year once again.
Yeah.
And I think it's summer.
Well, Attack on Titan's going to be over soon. The manga's almost done, which is nuts.
Yeah, and the anime is in its final season this year, so it's crazy.
Yeah.
And
can't believe it's over.
Yeah. And on that note, punny, our last category is best soundtrack, and I also gave it to Attack on Titan.
Nice.
Hiroyuki Sawano has repeatedly impressed me between Kill la Kill, Recreators, anything that he's touched. The soundtrack is always gorgeous, and Attack on Titan is not only no exception, it's by far the best work that I've ever heard him do.
Nice.
Every track that comes up, from fight scenes to just them talking to revelations to anything. I have like 4 or 5 tracks on my phone, and I think it's not enough. Nice. I think I need to go back to the soundtrack and really like look at everything. And the ones I downloaded are the ones that have lyrics in them. Nice. Like the OST has songs that have lyrical composition.
That's cool.
So yeah, exactly. It's such an amazing soundtrack, and it's highly praised. I know it is, and for good reason. So
yeah, we're similar. Our biggest surprise and our best soundtrack are the same. Mine's Naruto.
Yeah.
I've been listening to the soundtrack all year.
Yeah.
It's like stuck in my brain. Oh my god!
I'm just hearing
some of the fighting music in original Naruto is spectacular.
Yep.
And there's one song, I forget what it's called, but in Shippuden, when there's ever like a serious moment that turns to a fight scene, there's this one song, absolutely adore it. Even the comedic songs are fun to listen to because it fits like the tone. Yeah. And I just feel like they did a really good job getting like this Eastern vibe with Naruto that like makes you feel like this is ninjas. I really loved Naruto, as you can hear from all the awards I gave it this year.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, that's gonna wrap it up, guys. We've got like we said, pretty long video. It's almost an hour. Yeah. I hope you guys did enjoy this year's anime awards.
We're not done yet.
No, we still got our top 10 video coming out as well. So be looking out for that. Coming very soon. But yeah, no, I hope you guys enjoyed my list. I hope you guys enjoyed the Naruto list. And if you did, make sure to leave a like down below. Make sure to comment, subscribe if you haven't already. Get that notification bell on as well so you don't miss a single one of our uploads. If you want to hit us up on Discord, We have our own Discord linked in the description down below as well. The Twitter is there too, as well as Jake's Instagram where he puts up all his figures and anything else like thumbnails that we work on and whatever. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. And once again, thank you guys for sticking with us, and we will see you in the rest of 2020.
Kagebunshi no Jitsu?